Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're actually going to be taking a look at a few of the market increases in some of these coins. Specifically, the newest listing, the graph, added December 16th, and it is currently at $1.90. We see a decrease of 6.67, and we're going to see why we see a 24-hour decrease. And overall, in the last week alone, we've seen a small decrease as well. And we're going to see when we think it's going to continue this 49% rise that started this month and 1,766% rise we saw in the last year all together. So before we get started, I just want everyone to know I am not a financial advisor. I give you guys no financial advice. I'm just giving you guys the best crypto information and the most recent crypto information so that you guys can make educated decisions while doing your own research. So a lot of you guys know I like to use Coinbase because it is probably one of the most basic ways to look at graphs, and it's a beginner-friendly method of doing so. And I also go unedited throughout these videos to maintain a full transparency video. So let's get started at the about of the graph. So the graph is an Ethereum token that powers the graph, a decentralized protocol for indexing and querying data from blockchains. Just as Google indexes the web, the graph indexes blockchain data from networks like Ethereum and Filecoin. This data is grouped into open APIs called subgraphs that anyone can query. So the graph is a very unique token. It has a lot of uses, and the utility of the graph is pretty outstanding. So let's take a look at the graph's website here. The APIs for a vibrant decentralized future. The graph is an indexing protocol for querying networks like Ethereum and IPFS, and anyone can build and publish open APIs called subgraphs, making data easily accessible. And if you look through some of these, you can see things like Decentraland and LivePeer. There's a lot of solid coins in the mix. If we scroll down, you can actually see a global GraphQL and API. You can read more about it and understand a little bit more what the graph has to offer. We're not going to go too into detail because we do talk about the graph quite a bit. The graph network is live on the main net. We do have indexers, creators, and delegators, and you can read all about that as well. They do have a recommended reading section. I would suggest doing your own research, not using the recommended reading. It does maybe teach you more about what the graph is trying to do, but you want to get an unbiased opinion on the graph, not just read exactly what you have to offer on their website. You can see what they're backed by. They're backed by some pretty solid companies and coins here. So we actually see that they're backed by Coin Fund, JD Capital, Framework, some of the more popular ones. But if you go to the top, we're actually going to go to the docs. And we're going to see that the master graph, they have a hosted service and network. You can read more about it, and you can also get their GRT token address. But if you go to their blog, you can also read all about it here. So they'll have some new information like the radical hosts, the graphs, protocol governance. And they'll give you all of this information about the process and everything. But what are we interested in today? We are interested in the price prediction for the graph and where we think the graph's going to end up after this week and maybe the next week. And then we'll look at more of a long-term investment for later this summer or even at the end of this year altogether. So we see a $2.4 billion market cap, a 360.7 million volume in the last 24 hours, a 1.2 billion graph circulating supply, or GRT circulating supply. So we're going to see a lot of good numbers there. But when we read the graph, we're actually going to see that the increase is just because of a large dip that we had, back in, what was this, the beginning of February. We're going to see that, well, yeah, I guess the beginning of March is really what we're looking at here when we go to the week span. And we're going to see that it has actually gone up quite a ways since that time. It did go up, and it actually now is correcting itself and maybe going down farther than we would like. But the graph does have a long-term future and a long-term focus. They're not focused on the short term. I do see the graph definitely keeping their price steady at around the $2 mark. I don't see it moving up or down, kind of like Chainlink and Cardano right now. I think all of the solid graph or the solid coin choices right now are really kind of just sticking around until really a next future project for themselves or update comes around, or the next big surge, like maybe the stimulus checks that are becoming to everybody that gets them. So really, there's going to be a lot of money flow into Coinbase and other cryptocurrency trade markets, and that's going to be really solid for places or things like the Graph, Litecoin, Chainlink, Polkadot, Cardano, any of those that have been kind of sitting at a standstill, but they have a lot of potential. I do see all of these coins rising pretty much exponentially within the next few weeks or months as we receive those those checks, those stimulus checks. So I want to give you my price prediction, a quick price prediction of the Graph reaching close to 250 by the end of this week Sunday, and I believe it'll actually reach maybe $4 by the end of March. And I think April's going to be a big month for these solid coin choices, as that's where the stimulus checks are really starting to come into play. And I see the Graph and other coins that are just solid choices that have been kind of just sticking around their price ranges. I see them actually jumping out of their price ranges. I see Bitcoin reaching 60K at least, Ethereum reaching 2K at least, and I just see a lot of jumping coming in April. So I do see the Graph making its way to the $4 mark, at least the $4 mark. Remember, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. There could always be more to look into than just the graphs as well. Like I said, do your own research, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Subscribe for more content, and just let me know if there's any coins you want me to check out. I think there was about 2-3 videos ago we did a review over Chromia, and you guys really liked that one. You enjoyed that coin, and you told me what your thoughts were on that one as I told you mine. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.